Namaskar. For the celebration of Myopia Action Month in September and also to generate more awareness in practitioners on the need to take on myopia head on, we have a problem to solve. Today we have with us Sh Hemanth Manay, the fourth generation leader of an optical chain with an impressive heritage, Gopal Rao Opticians and Optometrists, which is a family business founded in 1936 and passed down through generations. Hemanji, for the benefit of the audience, would request you to please introduce yourself.
Good morning, Madhur. Thank you very much for that elated introduction of the firm and me. But a small correction, actually, the optical industry in Karnataka was started by my great-grandfather, S. N. Ram Rao, in the year 1903. So it is as old as 120 plus years. He was the pioneer optician, a dentist, and a watchmaker. Then my grandfather started under his banner or his name, S.R. Gopal Rao, in 1936 as an optician and a watchmaker. And the legacy moves on. So this is what it is as of now. And as coming to my involvement with the firm, I am there since the year 1980, the moment I completed my optometry at the Minto Ophthalmic Hospital. And so on, with the contact lens practice and becoming an sort of more involved optometrist than a sales or an optical driven store. We at SR Gopal Rao excelled in our clinical facilities since then. So this is the background I'd like to give you on that.
Thank you, sir. And jumping on to the questions.
Yeah.
How do we encourage practitioners, especially opticians, to dispense myopia control lenses more, especially for kids?
Yeah. Well, today, as you are aware, Madhur, the myopia is more considered almost like a pandemic. Studies have shown that by the year 2050, almost 50% of the kids across the world will be myopics. So what happens now? How do we manage, or how do you address that? Basically, I would suggest, as an optician and an optometrist, I'm sure every optician has got a qualified optometrist in their clinic, or if not, the knowledge about optometry bit. When the client or the patient or the customer or the consumer, whatever your term may be, comes into your outlet, if he's a myopic and if he's a youngster or maybe a married person or newly married or whatever, it is our right to check the family history, because myopia is all now, it is considered genetic. So when you have the genetic involvement, we must ensure that when you are doing a refraction, please take the history. And if your patient has got children, ensure that the kids are brought to you for a refraction. Also inform the school. See, that's another thing which in our, in India, of course, it's catching up in most of these schools. Past maybe the first or the second standard, kids are definitely undergoing a medical checkup, maybe a dental checkup, also an eye checkup. So these are going to be mandatory sort of practices which schools have to follow, because this you tackle at the grassroots level, and then it's easier for the parent, the practitioner, and maybe the lens manufacturing company also to innovate and address the situation.
Right, sir. So, there are quite a few perceived barriers like laborious eye tests, regular follow-ups, high cost of lenses and equipment. So what, according to you, is the solution? What should a practitioner do?
See, myopia control lenses or myopia practice, I would suggest anywhere in the world is not cheap. See, you need the right equipment, because axial length is very important. Of course, some practitioners say axial length may or may not really matter. But to me, as a personal, I mean, whatever I've seen in the last, we have started this since about a year now. So we are more monitoring the kids, and we are also taking the basic history and the progress of the axial length, which indicates the progress in myopia. So definitely equipment comes with a cost. Quality equipment is definitely a must. Now, as far as the continuous maybe recall for an eye examination, or it is not difficult. See, when I'm sure anybody in the family, in each household, there is somebody with some sort of ailment. Let's not talk just myopia. Now, if there's somebody with a hypertension or a diabetes or a cardiac related issue, your practitioner or a doctor calls you every 6 months. That's what you are going there for. I mean, if it's the well-being of the child, and to sort of control the progress in myopia, or to stall the progress of myopia, it's always the parent who takes that. And counseling is very important. That's one thing I've always highlighted, emphasized with all my team of optometrists. Your counseling is what is important. It's not the selling. So this is what I suggest. Because once the parent knows the seriousness and the effectiveness of a progressive myopia, automatically the parent takes interest. So this is what I have come across in my practice as far as myopia control since about a year.
Right, sir. So there are a few suggestions like, could covering cost of myopia control lenses under health insurance will be a helpful solution.
Why not? Your intraocular lens implantation is getting covered under insurance. So why not this? Of course, it has to be a directive with the Ophthalmic Society of India, along with the health departments. Of course, the companies, the lens manufacturing companies also should sort of intervene in this. And, since it's more therapeutic rather than a sale of a product. So this, I would definitely suggest, should be an initiative which the entire, the ophthalmic as well as the optometry-driven practices should address, and set it across to the government to consider this under national health schemes or whatever related issues. And my other very I would say, a request to all lens companies: you're looking at the future of the world, the children of the world. Come on, let's not make money out of this. Let's get that as a basically something for the future, the progress, and also to control the myopia in the as a pandemic in the world. So they, although with all their R&D involved, money has gone in, but then when the volumes increase, I'm sure they'll bring down their pricing too. Yeah, this is my point of view. Yeah.
Thanks a ton for sharing your experience with us, sir. I'm
Thank you,
sure
Madhu.
henceforth, many practitioners shall gain confidence to include myopia control lenses in their practice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madhu. God bless. Have a
Right.
good day.